Rubbish! What is this? How many times do you want me to tell you, we want Olympiads? We don't care about your Model United Nations conferences or about any social science activities at all. Now, stop irritating me and go prepare for your Mathematics Olympiad, which is, by the way, approaching very soon. And remember, you must be selected for the international phase this year. Ladies and gentlemen, honorable members of the jury, the extract I've presented you before, not less recent than 1 year ago, is part of a discussion between a principal and a very bright student from a very well-known, academically successful high school in Bucharest. But I think it's beyond that. It's the pure violation of freedom of choice. Indeed, life is the most difficult exam, but only when it does not evaluate what you have worked learning. The exam of life comes in different forms. Whether you passively fly in colors or not depends solely on your vulnerability to the choices of others. Education, democracy, freedom of speech, freedom of choice, human evolution, human life. Although our society claims that the Romanian students enhance their knowledge in a democratic educational system, the current national situation questions whether this still applies. But returning to our story, it is obvious that the head teacher deprives the student of the right to a holistic development and tries to focus his intellectual capacity solely on solving math problems and bringing fame to his high school. Little does the teacher care what this student might become, isolated from activities that would only support his social abilities. I tell you what, a social outcast. Parents, teachers, imagine you are your child. Students, imagine you are you. Where is the problem? Romania advocates the excellence in science fields more than the creation of social human beings. And now you may be wondering, why am I referring to the whole country if I presented you just a case? Well, do you know that in a school in Constanța, the library is open during the classes only for the students competing in mathematics, biology, chemistry, or physics Olympiad? The ones fighting for a good score on the Romanian language Olympiad, for example, are not permitted to be absent in any other lessons. Seeing this impediment, they may be tempted to forfeit their dreams. Giving up on their passions, they will pursue those of others. Pursuing those of others, they will end up with an unsatisfying job. Awaiting only days off from their job, they will indeed call life the most difficult exam. Still doubting that the freedom of choice is a current national issue? Well, let me bring in the recent escape of a very bright girl from the terrific home and school environment which had been burdening her with tremendous workload for the History Olympiad. Iulia Ionescu, the most shocking case of a 17-year-old overstressed student. Causes? Fear of failure, being under home and school pressure, confusion. The result? Lack of communication with her parents, teachers, and friends. Later, shelter found in a monastery. I am not going to exaggerate and claim that the majority of us will end up like her, but have we, the society, come this far? Martin Luther King once said, "We guided missiles, but we misguided men." Consequently, shall we pledge for more national focus on the social student, on respecting the officially alleged democratic system? Shall we? In vain. What we, the students, must do is nurturing self-esteem and learning our rights to choose freely what we would like to pursue later on in life, our passions applied in a job from which we won't expect as vocations, in a life which we won't regard as the most difficult exam. As freedom is the most important choice in life, let me choose. Thank you.
questions, yes.
As Martin
Luther King.
I'm sorry, said, we guided missiles, but we misguided men. Why do you think men and humans are so unpredictable?
Could you repeat your questions? The question, the latter part?
Why do you think men and humans are so unpredictable?
They are so unpredictable because I believe that every human being has its own personality, and the experiences in which the individual has passed through life shaped him in such a way that is unpredictable, and any individual behaves differently. Thank you.
Any other question? No? Thank you.
Thank you.